Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 16th. Let's begin today's class by putting our full name on the top of the paper. Class 8, and today's date, September 16th. Thank you. Today there are 3 takeaways from our lesson. We've been talking about simple predicates, simple subjects, and how they can be compound subjects or compound predicates inside of a sentence. Today, we want to see if the sentences are combined by a comma and a conjunction to make what is called a compound sentence. If it's 2 sentences put together, we're going to call it compound. Let's take a look at several examples. First of all, definition. A simple sentence has only one subject and one predicate. Now, those simple subjects and predicates can be compound. For example, Oscar fed the dog. One subject, Oscar, one predicate, fed. Oscar and Kathy fed and groomed the dog. I simply have one set of subjects, one set of predicates. It's one sentence with compound subjects and compound predicates. There isn't anything that joins these together. Second definition. Compound sentence contains 2 or more simple sentences joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunction. We looked at these when we were looking at combining our predicates and subjects like and in the sample sentence up above. Oscar fed the dog. He groomed it. Each of these has its own simple subject and simple predicate. Oscar fed. He groomed. What we want to be looking for today are the sentences combined by a comma and a conjunction. If so, we're going to call them compound sentences. Or does it have a semicolon? If it has a semicolon in place of a comma and a conjunction, it's a compound sentence. Oscar's dog likes to run. That is a simple sentence. Kathy's dog prefers to sleep. It too is a simple sentence. In place of a comma and a conjunction, I have a semicolon. This is a compound sentence. Now, if it said Oscar fed the dog, he groomed him without a semicolon or a comma and a conjunction, we're going to call it a run-on. Our third definition is 2 or more simple sentences joined incorrectly is a run-on sentence. Look at these examples. I have highlighted something which is going to help us determine whether it is a simple sentence, a compound sentence, or a run-on sentence. Patty practiced every day for the recital. She played flawlessly. You'll notice it's missing a comma and a conjunction or a semicolon because both of these are simple sentences, but there is no comma, therefore we call it a run-on. Patty practiced every day for the recital, period. Capital She played flawlessly. Patty practiced, subject, predicate. She played, subject, predicate, separated by the proper punctuation. These are 2 simple sentences. Then my last 2 sentences, Patty practiced every day for the recital, comma, conjunction. She played flawlessly. And in the example below it, Patty practiced every day for the recital, semicolon. As we had in the example up above, if it's separated by a comma and a conjunction or a semicolon, then it is a compound sentence. So my takeaway from today is my sentence simple? Oscar fed the dog. Or Oscar and Kathy fed and groomed the dog. These are simple sentences because it's one thought. Again, just because it has a compound subject or a compound predicate doesn't make it a compound sentence. These are simple sentences. Versus a compound sentence, which is joined by a comma and a conjunction, two separate sentences. Or thirdly, is it a run-on, where it does not have the proper punctuation separating two simple sentences. In my examples, numbers 1 through 7 below, I would like to add a couple of directions which are going to help us in identifying these. If you would please write on your paper, underline the simple subject once. Underline the simple predicate twice. SS once. SP twice. Thirdly, we're going to put parentheses around any prepositional phrases. Lastly, I'm going to circle any punctuation that would separate making a compound sentence. So, for example, in sentence number 3, on an ordinary scale, I'm going to put parentheses around that because that's a prepositional phrase. I'm going to underline hydrogen once. I'm going to underline has twice. I'm going to circle but, you'll notice comma conjunction but, which signals a compound sentence. So I have to have another simple subject. I'm going to underline you once and can weigh twice. Underline the simple subject once. Underline the simple predicate twice. Circle the comma conjunction. Underline the second simple subject once. Underline the second simple predicate twice. And put parentheses around prepositional phrase. On the blank, I put the letter C because it's compound. Trumpets once, blared twice. Circle and, king once, entered twice. Because it has a comma and a conjunction joining two simple sentences, it's compound. Number 1, underline ketchup once. Underline makes twice. Ketchup makes French fries taste better. On the blank, put S. I'm putting S because it's a simple sentence. Number 2, I once walked twice. Parentheses around 4 days. 1 subject, compound predicate. Number 2, S, simple. Number 3, hydrogen once, has twice, comma conjunction, but this is going to be compound. You once, can weigh twice. On an ordinary scale, parentheses, prepositional phrase. Number 3 is compound. 4, air is taken twice. Parentheses around into the lungs. Oxygen once is absorbed twice into the bloodstream. Parentheses, prepositional phrase. What's missing in the sentence? A common conjunction or a semicolon. Class number 4, I'm putting R on the blank because this is a run-on. Number 5, I'm noticing some prepositional phrases. At the door, in advance. I also notice it has a comma and a conjunction or. When I separate that out, I see it's compound because I have two simple sentences. You once can buy twice. You once can buy twice in the second sentence. This is a compound sentence. Put a C on the blank. Number 6, prepositional phrase, in darkness and bad weather. Look what's left. Radar once, detects twice. S, simple. Number 7, in the dark. Then about 1 kilometer away. Prepositional phrase. Comma and conjunction, nor. This is going to be compound, isn't it? Humans once can see twice. This is inverted. We'll talk more about these later. This is, if it would stand alone, would be a sentence. Can they hear sounds more than about a kilometer away? They once can hear twice. Number 7 is compound. These sentences have subjects and predicates. My task is to be able to determine whether there is one subject and one predicate, or a pair, that is a simple sentence, or whether it contains 2 or more simple sentences joined by a comma, coordinating conjunction, or a semicolon, making a compound, or whether there is nothing to join them together. It's a run-on because it doesn't have the correct punctuation. Class, I'd like you to put an X through numbers 8 through 15. Just put a big ol' X right through 8 through 15. And I want you to go to the bottom of the page. Exercise number 2. There are 15 sentences. All of these are compound. And we're going to follow the directions. Let's take number 5 as an example. Number 5. Underline you once. Underline did find twice. Circle or. You once do need twice. The reason we're taking a look at number 5 is because it's a special inverted sentence. It's interrogative. It's a question. That means the order of the subject and the predicate is mixed up. So my task is to draw one line under the simple subject. I'm putting 2 lines under each simple predicate. Thirdly, I'm circle each coordinating conjunction. We did number 5. I'd like for you to do numbers 1 through 4 and 6 through 15 using the directions as they are printed here at the top of the page. If you have any questions concerning the identifications of the simple subjects, predicates, coordinating conjunctions, or concerning whether a sentence is simple, compound, or run-on, please reach out to me and I'll help you. Have a great Wednesday.